March 15th, 2017. Civilians who had remained in West Mosul after the battle to take the city line up for aid, and Ivor Prickett captures the moment. Daesh terrorists that gained global prominence in 2013 have done countless horrible things across the world, especially in Syria and Iraq. The group committed horrific crimes, killings, and torture that went down in history as a symbol of cruelty of human against its own kind. One of the biggest crimes of this group was the attack on Mosul. On June 9, 2014, Daesh captured the city of Mosul. 1,300 paramilitary forces took control of the city and its airport. 500,000 residents of the city, fearing for their lives, left everything they had behind and fled. Then Iraqi Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki, in a statement, said some plots from inside the city led to its fall.
بهداشت. همه اینها بر روی مردم تاثیر بسیار بدی داشت، فجایع بسیار بدی رو ایجاد کرد. بازپسگیری موسل، چیزی که ما الان داریم راجبش صحبت میکنیم، عکسی که راجبش داریم صحبت میکنیم، در اون مقطع فقط یک فریم عکس ثبت شد، ولی این فجایع ادامه داشت و آقای پریکت ایرلندی، عکاسی که اعزام شده بود به منطقه، تونست با مجموعه عکسی که از این فجایع ثبت کرده بود به اسم نبرد موسل، این فاجعه رو بازتاب جهانی بکنه و ظلمی رو که بر مردمان جنگ زده یک کشور یا یک اقلیم اتفاق میفته رو نشون بده.
The battle for the liberation of Mosul began in October 2016. It took 9 months for the Iraqi forces to take full control of the city. The army and volunteer forces joined together and fought a hard and courageous battle against Daesh. In the end, they managed to force the barbaric and cruel group out of the city and free Mosul. Thousands of people lost their lives and nearly 1 million more were displaced. Many political commentators and experts believe this was the biggest urban battle since World War II. The fighting left the city in ruins. 90% of some neighborhoods were completely destroyed. Bodies could be seen lying in the streets and the city was full of landmines. Mosul was liberated, but a terrible humanitarian catastrophe called refugee crisis ensued. The photo that New York Times photographer Ivor Prickett took from the line of refugees waiting to receive aid is one of the greatest photos of the war and shows the plight of the refugees in the best way. It shows the long queue of women with veiled faces and the long queue of men in the background. Among the women wearing chador, a little girl with golden hair is looking anxiously in the opposite direction.
تصویری که ما راجبش داریم صحبت میکنیم یک فرم منحنی رو در کل قاب ما داریم میبینیم، یعنی حلقه ای از تجمع زنان و مردان و کودکانی که در صف انتظار غذا ایستادن. پرسپکتیوی که عکس داره به ما میده پرسپکتیوی که مردان در بک‌گراندن و بانوان و کودکان در جلو. اما اون چیزی که این تصویر رو، این قاب رو از اون حالت انحنا در آورده و مایه بیننده رو متمرکز میکنه روی یک نقطه، حضور اون دختر بچه است و نگاهی که اون دختر بچه برخلاف سایر افرادی که تو اون قاب داریم میبینیمه. یعنی نگاهی که برگشته، شاید اون یک نگاه ملتمسانه است، شاید یک نگاهی که به انتظار یک امید و یک آینده روشنه، شاید نگاه درخواست کننده کمکی است که ما از نگاه اون کودک میتونیم از این قاب بگیریم. و این ثبت آنی که این عکاس تونسته هنرمندانه و هوشمندانه و انقدر با احساس برای ما ثبتش بکنه و به جهانیان نشونش بده، بسیار تأثیر برانگیزه و یک شاعرانگی در این تصویر ما می‌بینیم که متمایزش میکنه از سایر عکس‌هایی که در ژانر عکاسی خبری و به خصوص جنگی می‌بینیم.
The Irish photographer won the World Press Photo of the Year award. He had this to say about Mosul's liberation. There was no way to cover this human tragedy without showing the local population. In this photo, I show the local population of refugees waiting in line for food, a hungry crowd that shows the depth of this human disaster. Mosul is just one example that proves wars never end after they begin and their consequences will live on for years. Hunger and famine are common aftermaths of wars. Other examples are the Bengal famine of 1943 that left 7 million people dead, and the 1945 Vietnam famine that killed 2 million people. Both crises took place due to World War II. Mosul refugees are also a painful example of the post-war hunger and food shortage. Humanitarian aid could only feed a small portion of the hungry population. The crowd shown in Prickett's photo is only a small part of an ugly truth. And this is the primary mission of a photographer, to show the world true images so that everyone knows what consequences wars have on people.